So this is a video from this past weekend, Saturday afternoon, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. It's our CalClub race at Willow Springs. It's one of the majors this year, if that means anything to you. Um, the weather was wet and rainy in the morning, but by the time of our race, it was in pretty good shape, and that's really what these next two shots show you. See the water on the ground there as we're going out for qualifying about 10 in the morning. But it dried up nicely. The sky's got some of the most beautiful I've ever seen out there, and this is just a hint of it. And so we'll start the race. So I'm going to talk over the native audio because the wind was blowing so hard, the microphone is it sounds like static all the time. You can't really tell here. Vince started in ninth place and I started in 10th, I believe. And I got a really poor start, you'll see next. We'll also show you what happens with that red car that just went off in the first corner. Turn 3. And then after that, I'm not going to show you much of anything because Vince has a DNF. His car throttle gets stuck. And I really just kind of drill around for the last few laps practicing and end up in, I think, 6th overall with a couple other cars that go off. And maybe I'll show you one shot of that. That's the prototype going by. You'll see that in a moment here from inside the car. That thing was smoking. And we're out in turn 7, 8, and heading into 9. Vince makes a little mistake, I think. And I make a run on him, and I'll pass him coming down to turn 1 here. We'll show you that from inside the car in just a moment here. And you can see he's starting to make the move, and Vince is nice and polite and fair. Thank you, Vince. Alright, this is from inside the car, and like I said, maybe I'm starting in 11th place, I can't remember. But I get a poor start. I'm in the wrong gear here. We do this little according thing, and that Formula E there on the right gets a little jump on me, but I managed to force my way on down on the inside. And I'm even thinking about passing the, I think it's a, I forgot what they're called, a little red car in front of me. Anyway. That's annoying. The prototype went flying by. There's 2 white prototypes. One of them was fast and good. One was fast and freaking crazy, and I don't know who was who. Watch the 2 red cars just right there to your left. Vince's throttle gets stuck. The guy on the right just panics, and I thought both of those cars were going to get collected. As it turns out, they both were back on the track in a few minutes and running the rest of the race. Vince, unfortunately, again, had a little wiggle there, and right here he'll make a mistake coming down out of 4 and into 5. Right there, he gets a little wide, wiggles a little. You probably couldn't see that, and that allows me to start catching him up here, and we'll make that pass on the front straight. I'm going to try going to native audio for the rest of this clip. Changed my mind, decided to keep talking here. Just like we saw from the exterior, there's the prototype going by me, and now he's off after Vince. Vince makes a little mistake here, and he starts in early on 9, and then he'll come back out, and that slows him down just enough to allow me to get into his draft, close on him pretty quickly here. I probably pop out a little early. I probably could have waited a little longer, but nice, clean, fair pass, and Vince knows that there's not much he can do. And then unfortunately he's having the stuck throttle issue that I didn't know about anyway.
Go on, baby.
Yeah, this is just the end of the second lap here. We're going through turn 8 now and into 9 and onto the front straight here. And I'm not sure. I noticed Vince is not that close behind me, and I'm actually leaving him either further than what this shows right here. And I think I can get a clip here and show you what was going on with him. Stuck throttle, wide open, around 5,000 or 6,000 RPM almost. So this shot here shows you why Vince had to drop out. That's a red rubber gasket that got stuck in the throttle and wouldn't let him hardly move it at all. It was the weirdest thing. We don't know how it came off or how it got in there or if pieces went down through the engine or what. And this is the only other excitement that occurred in the rest of the race. It's a guy off in turn one that I'm passing by. I'm not sure who it was. Which leads to being just Daryl and I on the podium. Vince is out. As you can see in the next clip, we were having a blast.
You got first place, take the checkered flag. Woohoo! Cool.
Yeah, man, sorry, it's like that.
You get little stickers and special stuff because this is a majors event. So, did you have fun?
Had a blast, yeah. Getting over a cold.
Are you mastering turn 9?
You know, I actually held it flat one time through there out of all those laps.
Out of all those laps. How about yourself, Daryl?
Virgil, say that turn 9. It was a great time. Thanks to my crew, especially Bob and Frankie and all the boys for doing such an amazing job. The car is amazing to drive.
I've probably played 3 rounds of golf in my entire life, and the last time I played, the guy said that the shot that I hit was a beautiful shot. It was right on the green, first shot. He said, that's a comebacker. Okay? Comebacker. Turn 9. That's a comebacker for Willow Springs, right?
Every time you survive a race through turn 9, it's a comeback for Willow Springs.
That wasn't what I was thinking. Okay. All right, let's go to the FE class.
So yeah, I don't know what they were talking about either, but again, we were having a good time. Cannot thank our crew enough. Bob, Frankie, Lenny, Sue, oh my God, the chef. Thank you for the great warm soups this weekend. Perfect for the weather. And my lovely wife, Carrie Ann, and watch the next video tomorrow.